Today we are looking at the graphs of inequalities. So if we remember, our inequalities are when we have our less than, greater than, less than or equal to, and greater than or equal to symbols. So what we'll be looking at is, given each symbol, what should our graph look like? So we'll either color above the line, we'll color below the line, and then the line will either be solid or it will be dots. So let's take a look at some graphs. So we're going to start with our less than symbol. So when we look at our less than symbol, we can think that this kind of looks like an arrow pointing down. So that means on my graph, when I want to color, I'm going to pick any spot on my line and I want to color down. So here I'm going down, so that means I will shade in all of this area. And then, since it is just the arrow, I want a dotted line. So for my line, I'm going to put dashes or dots. So you can see there's spaces in my line. So this is if we see the less than symbol. You'll color down and you'll have a dotted line. If we see a greater than symbol, so here this one looks like an arrow pointing up. So for a greater than, I'm going to pick any point on my graph again, and I'm going to color up from the line. So I'm going to color all of this. So here we color up. And again, there is no line, it's just my arrow. So I want a dotted line. So I have these dashes where there's space between. All right, we've got two more. So on our next one, we would have less than or equal to. So again, we have our down arrow. So we want to color down from the line. And then this time you'll see we have this line underneath our arrow. Because there is a line, I want a solid line on top of my color. So here we color down and we have a solid line, a connected line. And then our last graph that we're going to look at is greater than or equal to. So again, our arrow points up. So here we want to go up from the line. And then we'll see we have this line underneath. So again, I want a solid line on my graph. So what you're going to do is you will be looking at questions where you have an inequality. So it may say y is greater than 4x plus 2. And then you'll have a graph and the line will already be on the graph, so it may look like this. And then you will just look at this symbol to see, okay, this is a greater than. So here I want to color up, and there's no line, so I want a dotted line. So I want color up, and I want a dotted line. So this is what your practice will look like. Again, you will just look at the symbol and say, okay, do I color up? Do I color down? Do I have a dotted line or a solid line? All right, so go ahead and take a look at the practice and let me know if you have any questions.